Hey guys, it's your main man. Actually, I'm bringing you guys some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in two different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at the other crime scene. Lana? Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished actually. I'm used to all-nighters though. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed if I told them the truth behind the simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you, much to my regret. I'm as much as in the dark about this as you are, Miss Sky. We discovered traces left by a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. You found Officer Jake Marshall? You found Officer Marshall's traces? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You don't understand what this means, do you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. So, here we go, day 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach criminal affairs from the prosecutor's office. The victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as a prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness on the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy, things are getting wild from the get-go. Would the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be the murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, sir, I'm what you call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir? Give us your report of the Oh man, I'm sorry. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. How for his lack of IQ. Oh my god, man. This guy is on crack. Although it's my normal duty, I was assigned to the guard. It wasn't. I can't speak. I might as well not speak for the rest of this. Do unto others before they unto. I don't think that's how that. I don't think that's how that quote works. But I think it's like do unto others what. It basically means like you're not supposed to do unto others what you would want them to do to you. So like don't be an ass to other people unless you want them to be an ass to you. That's how it's supposed to work. But this guy's high. But anyway, let's hold it. Hold it! Nah, I might as well just press the button. It's not working. Mr. Meekins, you worked in the General Affairs Department, do you not? What? Oh my god. He must be that bad at his job for them to tell him to look after a mascot. Listen, after the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the blue badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see? When did you got there? Saw the suspicious man, security screen. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precise, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed in here, right? There it is. I found it. This is the one right here. Give me his number. Yes, sir. Okay. So he's the bottom number. 498959. That's there. He went in there twice. The first time is when I relocated Blue Badger, and the second time was to go get the guy. Yes, sir, that was when I spotted the man on the security screen. How do you get them? Maybe he had. Oh yeah, we knew that he had Goodman's ID, so that's how he got in. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us what actually happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife. After Goodman pulled the knife on you, what happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, then I did it. What exactly do you mean when you said did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. A regular Jackie Chan, huh? I struggle to believe that. I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. Oh man, he just went ahead and he... And, coat was drenched in blood, sea of blood, and then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face. After that, I passed out. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that I was unconscious? Alright. According to a report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head too. I woke up crying tears of pain. I should just stop making. I'm not a good voice actor anyway, so I should just stop making voices for these lot. This is really hard. Yes, sir. The blue badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. What was the man this officer murdered? Really was I can't speak. He said was the man the officer it's something like, did Officer Meekins really kill Goodman, or was it someone else? Sent to my cell, Chief Grant delivered it to me this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Again, with the evidence that comes out of nowhere. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. That's the only thing I'm really good at. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using the word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Yet another piece of evidence that's gonna piss someone off. What the hell was that? Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with such unlistening feelings stirred within us? What the hell is that wriggling piece of plywood? Okay, so that is Blue Badger. So yeah, that's another thing. Because this case is specific to the DS version of this game, they could add in new 3D graphics, and they could add in that little videotape that had the man in that suit and us Meekins in full 3D. Well, not necessarily 3D, but you know what I mean, like 3D models for them, which is nice. I like that with a 2D background though. It's cool though. His face can't be seen in video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. It's true. Each detective have... Okay, we already know this, so I don't need to go over this. We already know about the lockers being only activated by someone's fingerprint, so someone else can't open up the thing unless, you know, you take someone's hand and put it there, or you take the finger or something. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him, at his face, of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would I would be classified as the latter. The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Ah, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking to them, you see. Good, great. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. So why do you think it's Detective Goodman? But you don't know that for sure. You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say. That is, if you must label people as seen or not seen. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to be labeled if I had to label your stares as disturbing or Meekins, I don't understand that. I don't understand that when he's like hanging himself with those cuffs. Yes, sir. You claim the man. Okay, blah blah blah. Tell us why you're positive. And the reason why he's positive is that he opened the locker with. He opened Detective Goodman's locker. There's no other way to open them. No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. The locker. Okay. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people I know, sir. In the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They always listen to my romantic troubles. Man, who wouldn't want to go out with this piece of manly ass right here? No one? Haha! I verified this information for a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must be him who unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in the video. In this video, the man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir, please do. After all, you are being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important to this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock, and it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettling state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. What's the problem? There's a problem. Regarding the videotape, there's one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? That this contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may or not be Detective Goodman. Wait, video code says there's a contradiction. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. Yeah. Very well, proposal accepted. So we get to look through the security tape to find the contradiction, and I may not know exactly what the contradiction is, but I'm going to definitely find out what it was. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. It's not that hard, man. Okay. So on the bottom screen we get the chance to, for some reason the music keeps playing for some reason, even though we turn it off, and this allows us to do that, and that allows us to speed it up. So if we, and when you unpause it, you can get to fast forward, and right now we need to do it as when this Goodman guy drops the photograph, and there's this little piece of paper, and that's what we need to present. the thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Huh? That? Oh, yes, that's strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about it. What could it mean? Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point that you are looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates the man may not meet Detective Goodman. Oh yeah. Whew. I almost walked into the defense trap. I'll place him on the arrest. No. This I know this. Right. No, I'm right. I know I'm right, actually. Why would it not be him? Let's play the video again. Maybe there's something else that I'm missing. I'm sure that this is right, but I'm not sure. Sorry about that, I just had to figure out something. Anyway, if you look at the evidence for the locker, it says each locker is unlocked using a detective fingerprints. A light indicates open boxes. As you can see, if we look here, if we go back, it's actually faster than this. The light is already on before Detective Goodman even touches it. So, we must present that. The thing that's strange about the video has to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, what do you mean, sir? As I understand, the locker operators works like this. I hate this song. Oh my god, I hate this song. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If the print matches registered data, the light turns on and the locker is released. According, yes. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. I was getting confused because I thought that the paper comes in a bit later on. There's actually a lot of things wrong with this. First of all, we don't actually see Meekins stab the guy, and the guy just disappears. Like somehow he like disappears in front of the camera at the end of it, which is kind of weird. I kind of expected a jump scare when I was watching this the first time, but nah, this is not one of those games. If you have a look, the light is already lit before he even touches the bloody locker, so it was already open. Order. What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked in the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. I know, he must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report malfunction. Very well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouth shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Why are you asking me? I just proved that the locker was open before the thing... What? I just proved that the locker was open before the guy touched him. So that, oh, I guess they want even more proof why it was open in the first place. Something jammed the sensor. There is something in the photo. There is something in the video that proves that certain thing. If we move it ahead, and it was that piece of paper that I forgot about. If we pause it and if we go back a bit, and we must present this piece of paper that fell out. Please watch closely. Thank God they turned off the music. Oh man, I'm sick of that piece of crap music, man. It's so annoying. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. How did no one realize that? I often fall and roll a great distance when I open my car door. We can't be sure that the item was in the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now. I understand, sir. It's just like my tie. Two out 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the oh my god, that guy is clueless. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits that description. But sir, by insulator, oh, I think I figured that out as well. What was that? Oh yes, it was rubber gloves. Take that. Take that. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. That video seems to depict the victims opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Order. So, are we to believe that then that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean? Wait, if a murder took place, where's the body? There's so much stuff that is fishy around this case. It's just crazy. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Remand number 2. Okay, this one I have sat out in my head automatically. He's saying that the ID card record shows that Goodman went in there. Went in the place. What was it? Bloody hell, I can't remember. Went in the evidence room because he used his ID. That's what proves that Detective Goodman went there. But I know that's not true. This particular evidence room is only used for sorting certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing. There are only few cases for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Alright, let's see. There's one thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, you need a card. Hold on a second, let's actually press this. So, unlike your early testimony, you believe this to be lock solid. Yeah, solid as stone. If my hands weren't wrapped as bandages, I'd give you the V for victory sign. You can do it with your other hand, you know. Couldn't you just use the right hand for that? But he's a dumbass, that's the thing. To enter the evidence room, you must use an ID card. Is that card hanging around your neck one of those ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuffs. I keep it there so I won't ever forget it. But if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that, maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 or 3 times, oh god, get out, while the remaining time my ID card gets stuck. Instead of the door closed, my ID card chokes me. Maybe you should be more careful when you're closing doors, mate. Please proceed with your testimony. So that's obvious. With an ID card, there's a record of it. Let it be noted that the record is returning through, blah blah blah. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here? So it is, Your Honor. I love that he bows. Like, I'm on here. Not that prosecutor again. He's behind it, or he's being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence. Mommy, is that man in blue a murderer? Shh, don't stare at him. Why did they allow children in here? This is stupid. We're talking about murder and you bring your child? I have nothing to be ashamed of. My actions or the consequences. For now, there's a Mr. Edgeworth. Nah, he looks tough. He pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Do you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he was just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is too far obvious. It's not like Edgeworth's missed something like this. I think it's hard. Come on, show him. It's not that hard. Compared to everything else, this is not that difficult. Time an ID card is used, there's record of it. One must have an ID card. If we have a look at the lost item report, Harvey report, the date 2 of 2. When he was killed, it was, if I remember correctly, it was before he basically, so much shit. Yeah. 2/22 on the same day he activated the he wrote out a lost item report. This is what's wrong. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card here. I found it at the crime scene. This makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID. Lost item report is only half complete. It shows that Detective Goodman lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something is his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. Ugh. So on the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order. So now, what does this mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather than the man who stole his ID card. Order. I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the lock in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must... Sorry about that short interlude there. If the victim is in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also a fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. Huh? That is... Well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Moments ago, you seemed content to put your finger around. This isn't good. Well. It seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this evidence, the victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place in one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. So basically, he turned. He basically turned. That's why he let us go on this. He knew it was a trap. It was all a trap. He knew about everything. He worked it out. So he decided, why not make us do the explaining, so it makes him look better. And so, therefore, there could only be one place. There could only be one place that the murder took place. It's where Lana Skye was, and therefore Lana Skye is the murderer. You have to do something, or else Lana. Alright. It's time to play our trump card. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I also walked right into the prosecutor's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Yeah, and then what happened to the guy? He just disappeared. However, it cannot be said that it is not related to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. If the court were to examine this further, other witnesses would be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considers the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any witnesses for this incident. This is not an insurance. Time to call Southern Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean? Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you have in mind? someone we have a reason to believe knows the truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to decline. Very well, then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testified, what's his or her name? The only cowboy in town, Officer Jake Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let him know anything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees with the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. But fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. I have no idea what that is or what it means. We will, Your Honor. The court is in recess. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called Jake Marshall? It seems you figured everything out. Huh? I haven't figured out anything. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma? You always know everything. Why can't you tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't ever recall asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making the detective run around all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people have funerals. Oh, that's actually a funny joke. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey. I didn't see you there, Miss Sky. That's okay. Wow, that was a lot of haze. So, have you brought it? What I asked? I'm not gonna say that. You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll bring them by noon. Talk about crazy. SL9 incident. Maybe she's actually trusting us for the first time, and actually, like, she's seen how far we've come in finding out the truth. So maybe she trusts us to really find out what's going on. So why not we? Okay, I'll have a look at it later. Actually, Emma, but why? Why is your name in here? What? My name is in here? I don't know unless. No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident? Is that? That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dart killings. The Joe Dart? No, Lana. That's over with. No. Emma, wait. She ran away. Oh my god. We've just opened up a whole bag of worms. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Oh my god. Everybody involved in this case was involved in the case 2 years ago. I don't even know if that's coincidence, man. That is just straight up. Oh man, that is just straight up. That's too much. That's too much right there, bro. That's too much. So, SL9 seems a lot closer to this than we first realized. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. And until next time, this has been your main man, Axion, signing out. Peace.